How far did you go in a game of truth or dare? One time a girl was dared to kiss me. Her quote was, "I thought we weren't doing kissing," to which I said yasso. I've gone as far as to cock block myself. I jumped 20 stairs almost 3 meters height I think. I was stupid, I tore a ligament in knee. Licked whipped cream off a cute boy's ear. Ended up marrying that cute boy. I was sitting with my girlfriend next to me. And received the dare kiss the person next to you. I made eye contact with her. Smiled. And leaned in. As soon as I saw her close her eyes, I whipped around to my right. Grabbed my friend's jaw. And kissed him square on the lips. Oh, she was mad, but oh, was it worth it. It was a sleepover with 2 boys and 3 girls at this girl's house. I was one of the lucky guys. We were playing truth or dare and our clothes were coming off piece by piece. I got dared to wear a leopard bra from the girl of the house's dresser. Right as I put it on and start dancing around like a silly idiot, our mom walks in and I get sent home. Edit. We were about 14-15, so it all was pretty exciting. As a dare, I got my ear pierced by a friend using a needle. Seemed funny at the time. But the next few days where it was leaking yellow pus and my entire ear was red were a little less funny. I made out with one of those weird growths on the side of a tree for 5 minutes. My tongue was bleeding for about an hour. When I was much younger, 2 girls, my friend and I were hanging out. We eventually started playing truth or dare, which eventually ended in the girls daring us to give them massages. Those manipulative brats. Got free massages out of it too, because there was no way in hell we were going to say no to girls lifting the backs of their shirts up and unhooking their bras. That was, sadly, all the further it went. I don't exactly remember what happened after the massages. I'm pretty sure the blood was directed away from my brain at the time. I think we may have been called down for dinner or something, or the girls had to go home or something of the sort. We were, as I said, young. At a friend's house for a sleepover when I was maybe 12 or so. Just me, my brother, and the friend playing truth or dare. Really just dare. Because truth is lame af. We were doing the typical poop, making drinks out of condiments and other stuff to chug. Putting household items in the freezer etc. When I was hit with a freaking dare bomb. Sneak into his sister's room, who was a few years younger than us, go to her personal bathroom, take a poop, and leave it. Ninja poop? I'm down. So I left a monster log in her toilet, and sneakily waddled back out to the main bathroom to wipe. Can't have toilet paper obstructing the view of that beautiful brown python. The next morning, we woke up to screams. I got a very stern talking to. But I know both my friend's dad and my dad were laughing inside. Also, I was strictly forbidden from entering her room. Totally worth it. Was dared to go home. I went home. As a kid, my cousin always beat the poop out of me and was a terror. One day she dared me to go to the very top of the roof, and I'm not sure if she asked me to jump off or stand on the edge. I do not want to exaggerate, so I'll assume stand. I did. With my toes being in the air and the rest of my feet on the edge of the roof. I was 10 years old and that was the first time I felt suicidal. Despite having been generally happy and well at the time. So far I drank salt, pepper water, ate a wax candle and ate a flower. Yes, a flower. Edit. One person asked how much I ate. How did you know I was at a restaurant? Edit 2. I wasn't joking when I ate the flower, and the candle I ate was supposed to be someone else's dare, but I did it for him. I was never dared to do anything particularly crazy, mostly because I was usually the innocent one. But a girl was once dared to kiss me on the lips. The darer was okay with a peck. And she said that since it isn't in a sexual context, there's nothing weird about it. I wasn't really paying attention and suddenly this girl pops up and kisses me. Her lips were uncomfortably moist. And then goes back to sitting like nothing happened. I have to be honest. That was probably the worst kiss I've experienced. I had my pants down to my ankles with my underwear pulled down to expose my cheeks and had to waddle for 2 blocks whilst having my shirt pulled behind my head and pinching my nipples. I have 2 kids now. Gave a blowjob to Long Balloon. I was maybe 12. I put my pee-pee in a VCR once. Deletes Reddit account. Not far. I typically bowed out whenever the dares or truths became just dangerous or hurtful. I never liked truth or dare because people aren't creative enough. And instead just go for the shock factor. Second base. With 3 boys. Dated a 50-year-old for a week. Almost got invited to play. Once. I mean, it's kind of barbaric, but once I kissed a girl, guys. Licked the ground of a bus. I played this a lot. Ate an entire watermelon. Ate stick of butter. I, female, wore men's underwear and put a sock into it like it's a pee-pee, then say stuff in a gruff manly voice. Someone else was dared to bite my ass sexily and ended up tearing part of it off. Body shots but using maple syrup. Masturbates in front of a group while fully clothed. Once dared someone buy the group ice cream. It wasn't me. But on the way to a track meet in 8th grade. My friend and I were sitting in the seats about 3 rows from the back of the bus. Almost all of the guys on the team were behind us. Small school. Small team. I don't know if it was a dare or what. But I heard them saying something about getting hard, and when I looked over at my friend I saw one dude jerking off out of the corner of my eye. I tried to go across the row to my friend's seat so I didn't have to see that to talk to her. And I was yelled at by one of the coaches to go back to my seat. These guys would also occasionally sit kinda close to the front. And one would play porn and hold their phone out in the middle of the aisle for the rest to see. I haven't been in track since. I was playing a game a little bit similar to Todd called King's Game. If you want rules, just look it up, I'm not explaining them. And at this point it was just me and 2 other people. 1 girl. 2 guys. I was one of the guys, and it was basically watered down to the other guy trying to get the girl to do lewd acts with him like lap dancing. Touching his crotch. And even have her flash him. The 2 were dating, so I guess it was okay. Most likely not in my opinion. And it was just weird. I was about 12 and I was really excited because everybody else was about 17. It started off harmless, like slap someone or something. But it escalated pretty quickly. One of the girls was asked to screw one of the doucher bag. Ripped guys. They were in there for like 10 minutes and nobody believed they actually did it. Everybody believed it 9 months later. Probably about 19ish at the time. Male. Got dared to lick chocolate sauce off a girl's bed tit. She wasn't into me but loved the attention. So I went for it. Another time I was dating someone at the time. And they dared her to give me a BJ under a blanket. She went for it and nobody actually believed it was happening. My one friend called bull poop on me and I swore no dude. She's freaking sucking it right now. Back off. Then his girlfriend shouted no freaking way and tried to yank the blanket off. I grabbed it back and leaned over to the side to hide our sinfulness, but I'm pretty sure they caught a glimpse. Edit, that wasn't even the most embarrassing one. The worst was when I was at a medieval battle reenactment event and everyone was hanging out around various campfires afterward. I got dared to walk past every campsite doing the Cornholio bit from Beavis and Butthead. I thought it was a freaking hilarious idea. But I was alone in this. So very alone. I've gone streaking before but never felt quite as naked as I did that night. Walking up to group after group of strangers with my shirt over my head. And having them stare at me like disappointed fathers while I ask if they have TP for my bunghole. My friends invite me to a party that they were hosting. They were play truth or dare. It got out of hand when none of us got dared to run on one side of the roof to the other side. My friend fell for the house and broke her arm. We did not play truth or dare again. Leapt right off the cliff, best friends trying to figure out whether the other one felt like more than friends. We both did. 30 plus years later. Still do. Someone licked my hair once. I was at a sleepover with a few friends. 4 guys and 3 girls. My friend's house has a huge yard. Like 7 acres or something. So we set up 2 tents in the back. We started playing truth or dare. As you do at a sleepover. And then a raccoon showed up. I was dared to pet the raccoon. I did it. It bit me. What a surprise, right? Hurt like a bitch. In one round I was dared to run around the house naked, in March in the US Northeast, and the next round I was dared to kiss another guy, both of which I did. You play to win the game. I dropped my pants to my ankles and hugged a stranger. Thank you, mister, for not decking 15-year-old me or calling the cops. I still cringe at that memory. A picture exists of a friend of mine's pee-pee on my head. Not exactly truth or dare. But my friends and I constantly rattle each other with this game we call odds. Essentially, you ask a person what are the odds you do? The action being literally anything the person says. The victim can give any odds of them doing it. Like 1/10 chance. Or 1/1000 chance. Whatever. Though our group, hella seasoned, generally never give odds over 1/10. There's a countdown after the odds are given. Where the 2 players pick a number within the odds, so 1/10. The players pick any whole number from 1-10. If the players call the same number, the victim has to do whatever the action was or be forever roasted for it. In one particular case, a friend of mine lost a 1/5 odds of getting a full force powerhouse spank from a wooden bread serving board. That thing was thick. The victim had a whole cheek bruised and couldn't sit comfortable for some time. We suffer. We suffer for the stories we can tell. Made out with a girl for the first time in 7th grade. Made out with others. But obviously the first time was the most eventful. Especially because I was a total dork and she pulled me in. Later saying she thought I'd appreciate it. Which I goddamn did. What a patriot. Kit was a college girl in a middle schooler's body. Jumped a balcony of motel room into pool while holding my friend's GF. When I was 15 I was playing truth or dare and was dared to kiss a girl, my best friend. So yeah. Turns out I'm sorta gay. It took me until 23 to be able to say that, but it feels so good. One time I almost died after I was dared to sneak into my friend's dad's room and take his watch off his nightstand. He almost shot me and haven't been back since. I peed inside my neighbor car. All over the seats. Not proud, but it was 14 years ago. Was dared to order pizza naked and it was legend. It was what are the odds but close enough. It was December in Alaska and we were chilling in the hot tub and I got dared to, with my friend, go into the middle of the street, drop drawer and do 10 push-ups, then run all the way up the street. And ding dong ditch a house of this ass kid while buck ass naked and streak the way back. Odds were 1/100 and I frickin' lost. Great game at 2 AM though. Me and my buddies were playing truth or dare in 6th grade one time. I ended up jumping off a 20-foot snow mound. No got hurt. Nothing exciting happened. But it was nerve-wracking at the time. You know what? I'll tell you anyway. I reinstalled Fortnite and didn't stop playing until I got a victory royale. I jumped off a building. Guys, 4-6 of us, jumped off of the school roof after scaling the building in 4th grade. Resulted in a few minor injuries and warnings from the principal. I almost lost my best friend by giving the dare of everyone in the room to get naked. My friend peed out of a window in China. We were 14 and it wasn't even a dare. I have a feeling that is illegal in China, but IDK. Farthest I went was licking my friend's soul for a solid 10 seconds. Had to drink cheap tequila out of a girl's belly button. 15-year-olds will take any chance that comes to touch a girl and drink alcohol. Hey you. Thanks for watching Reddit Stories. If you enjoyed the video, consider hitting like and subscribing. Your support means a lot. We also have a Discord community where we will be running giveaways and fun surprises throughout the year. Come along and meet some new friends. You look great today.